not the attack zone when you grab Clay around the throat.
Wait, hold on. Peridiam, that's not even the right show. And you already used that intro for the Survivor Chokes video. Are you doing okay? It's been a long summer, hasn't it? Internet, my name is Peridiam, and yep, I just talked to myself in the third person for an intro. It has indeed been a long summer, and in the spirit of another BB season coming to an end, I figured, let's talk about players who blew a lead at the end. Not everyone gets to fulfill their destiny of being hoisted by the jury in a celebratory round of applause. Some just get hoisted by their own petard. You were this close. You were up by 25 with less than 30 to go and you lost? You were the final HOH? You were on a competition winning streak? You were in the majority alliance all season? How did this happen? Well, here's my number 10. Coming in at number 10, a more recent addition to this eclectic group, I have Kyland from Big Brother 23. Because Kyland held a lot of power and agency going into the endgame of this season, was basically in the middle of two warring factions between Tiffany and X, and decided to not only go all in with X, but let X steamroll him and take Big D to the end instead. Because obviously that was the play. And yet Kyland wanted to play Goku and let iron sharpen iron or something, death before dishonor. Did someone let Coach from Survivor through the front door? This isn't how you win Big Brother. You take the goats to the end. Come on, man.
I cast my vote to evict Kyland.
Okay.
It's official, Kyland. Kyland, you have been evicted from the Big Brother house.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the whole, Kobe thing, raising him to be a man and face challengers and stuff.
Are you talking about my nephew right now?
If your nephew has nobody to look up to, that...
Keep talking about my nephew, guys.
If your nephew has nobody to look up to...
At number 9, I have Tyler from Big Brother 20. I've talked about this blunder before where Tyler chose to throw the veto at the Final Four to let Angela and Casey duke it out to decide which of them reached the Final 3 with him and JC. And yet, why did he do that? Because he didn't want to go for the win? Had he at least put up a fight and won the veto, he would win the season assuming he evicts Casey. But, oh man, I can't even expect that to happen because he probably would have taken her over Angela. Very frustrating endgame for someone who held so much power for so long.
The most difficult decision I'll ever have to make in this game, and that's picking between Casey and Angela.
Tyler has been eliminated.
So I'll get my second strike, and I'm officially out of this competition. I no longer control my own destiny, and it is totally out of my hands. Angela leaves, that sucks. Casey deserves to be in the final 3, and I'm happy. I'm just sad. It just sucks.
At number 8, I have a really old school player in Nicole from Big Brother 2. Largely because she failed to win the Final 4 HOH, which was just a competition all about sitting on a waterbed. And she was competing against Dr. Will, the guy who is notorious for pretty much throwing every comp under the sun. Or the stars, in this case. Failing to come up clutch is a choke, in my opinion, especially when the comp isn't unbalanced. Had she won, she likely would have reached the Final 3 with Hardy and Will, and I can't say I expect Will to win that final HOH or that Hardy beats Nicole in the jury vote outright. Both are possible, which is why Nicole is only at 8, but still, for a player who won several competitions throughout the season, her and Hardy were the comp beasts, and this was where she needed to shine.
Will against you in HOH, I'd put all my money on you.
I will literally kill myself trying, whatever it is, to win that. Hey, you're taking it off my knee. I had it first.
Your hand was all the way off the thing. I saw it.
Oh, I need to break something.
What did he do?
It was my fault. I take full blame for it. Her hand, came off, and it was, I don't know how I'm gonna sleep at night.
Similar to Nicole, number 7 is Janelle from Big Brother 7 All-Stars. But unlike Nicole, Janelle was at the final 3 and just needed to do what she does best, win comps. She needed 2 comp wins to finally win the game, and she couldn't do it. And she was against weak competition players like Erica and Boogie, yet she blew it not once, but twice, losing both part 1 and part 2 to them in inglorious fashion. Like how she took her hand off the key in the endurance comp on the volcano after, like, a minute.
Janelle, I'm sorry, but you did not have both hands on your key for the entire time.
What? I pride myself on winning competitions, but I lost it. Erica won it. I've got to win the next one.
I was sweating it out because you just never know with Janelle.
Janelle's time. 3:45. Mike wins. I'm worried that they won't take me to the final two. Why would they take me?
And then similarly to Nicole and Janelle, we have Kevin from Big Brother 11, who did win his way into part 3 of the final HOH, but then somehow lost to Jordan in part 3 and was evicted in 3rd. And to make it even worse than that, he lost it in a tiebreaker. At least Janelle was up against Boogie and Erica. Kevin was up against Jordan and somehow lost. I can't. I had to put him above the rest.
Who's going to take it all, Mike?
Kevin.
I want Kevin to win the money, and I want him to take Jordan to final two. And I think that will be his best move.
I think Kevin will probably win it. I don't think it matters who he takes.
How many total votes to evict have been cast so far this season? The correct answer is 51.
Number 5 is Jason Guy from Big Brother 3. Get a load of this guy. So Jason and his Secret Alliance partner Danielle go the entire season without being nominated. They reach the final 3 alongside Lisa and then proceed to lose to her in part 1 and part 3 of the final HOH. Oh my god, this is turning into a very tragic video. And I've got Jason on this list ahead of Danielle, although you could also put her right next to him, slot them next to each other, tied side by side, because they both first chose to make this waterbed when they evicted Amy over Lisa at the final 4, and then lost to Lisa in the final HOH comp of this season. But to reiterate, I have Jason ahead of Danielle because he held the sole vote to evict at the final 4, and had he kept Amy, he likely wins the season. And if not him, then Danielle.
It was just a decision of who did we feel like we might have a little bit better chance of winning against.
9 down and 1 more to go.
Oh, I let go of my key. Unbelievable. Oh, there's the rain, and I really lost my focus. No! I am just kicking myself because I wanted this. I felt like I could have gone the distance.
Congratulations, Lisa. You are now the final and most powerful head of household.
I wish to evict you, Jason.
Love you, Woody.
At number 4, we have another duo, which technically makes this a top 12. This duo completely botched the final 4 and then also the final 3, and that is Danielle and Shane from Big Brother 14. The name Danielle can't catch a break with these chokes. Danielle and Shane are higher than the previous duo because they held all the power both through the HOH and through the veto. Danielle won both competitions, initially left Shane off the block, and yet somehow Shane was evicted. And believe it or not, Shane was likely the frontrunner to win this season with this jury. Yet they both allowed Dan to cast the sole vote to evict, and yeah, he sent Shane packing. And then Danielle threw part 1 of the final HOH and lost to Ian in part 2, and voila. Here we are, side by side at number 4.
You have the 100% power this week.
I'm just throwing this out there. If I took Dan off.
Dan off what?
The block.
Yep.
You're not going anywhere. I would never, ever, 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 I swear on my life, put you up if I thought I was losing you.
I've decided to use the power of veto to save you, Dan.
So Shane, I'm sorry I have to evict you.
Number 3 is Paul from Big Brother 18. Not 19, mind you, as I do think Christmas and Kevin were pretty tough beats. But was James? Apparently not so much. Nicole was the bigger threat, and Paul was very likely going to beat James in front of the jury. And yet, Paul, who won the final HOH, something many others in this video are quite jealous of, decided to take the other person with them to the final 2, whereupon that person beat them. Nicole beat Paul by a vote of 5-4. When had they taken James, that may have been the end of the Rainbow Road for the better.
James, I've worked way too hard to get stabbed in the back one last time. So I'm sorry, James, I gotta take Nicole up with me.
Was that the smart move for his game?
Not really sure, Julie.
We are tied at 4 votes for Nicole, 4 votes for Paul, which means Davon's final vote decides it.
Number 2. And we have an even more recent addition to this video than Kylan from BB23, because at number 2, I have Monty from Big Brother 24. Yup, Monty screwed up that much. And similar to Paul, he was the final HOH. He knew Taylor had a great story and a public speaking background, and she was emotionally getting to him a little bit toward the end. Monty fell for the trick that Taylor and Brittany paved about how much of a threat Turner was, when in fact, Turner really wasn't much of a threat to win at all. He was gonna lose to both Monty and Taylor, and it was just a matter of who got to sit next to him. Monty won the final HOH, stood up before everyone, and took Taylor to the final 2, and got his back promptly blown out, not by a vote of 5-4, but 8-1. And Turner even said in the postseason, had he known everyone was voting for Taylor, he would have done the same. Yeah, just like on the season, Monty gets number 2.
But I think the jury's gonna really respect the moves that Turner has made in this game, so I think I have a better shot at winning that $750K sitting next to Taylor. My whole future is sort of dependent on this decision.
This could be a $750,000 decision.
Today, I feel like this is my opportunity to make that big move. Turner, I'm sorry, but I have to evict you, brother.
Kyle's vote goes to... Congratulations, Taylor!
And then we have number 1, which isn't really going to be a shocker to anyone, but it's still kind of jarring to think about now after a more recent season happened. The number 1 game-ending choke in Big Brother history goes to Cody from Big Brother 16, who won the final HOH and chose to evict Victoria over Derek. Because with Monty, I can kind of see why he thought Turner was such a big threat, even though he wasn't. But with Cody, he didn't think Victoria was anything of the sort. He knew she was a slam dunk of a win for him if he took her. She was not a threat, she was constantly nominated, she was playing with the controller unplugged all season, and Cody instead chose to take the mastermind with him to face the jury. And go figure, the mastermind of the season masterminded Cody doing this and was then rewarded for it. And like, Cody, look, I get that the bro code is important and everyone is going to be friends to the end, but man, it's just a game. You gotta do what you gotta do to win. And that's kind of the funny thing, because Cody's friendship with Derek definitely paid off in some part when Cody returned 6 seasons later for BB22 and won the season, playing an on paper perfect game. It's almost something kind of beautiful from the biggest choke to the biggest win. It's almost like he paid it forward.
The only way that Derek and I don't make it to the final 2 is if the biggest backstab of Big Brother history goes down on finale night. And as far as I'm concerned, that's not gonna happen. I hope.
Congratulations, Cody. You are the final head of household. This could be a $500,000 decision. You ready to make it?
Started with him on day 2. Gotta make it to the final 2. I'm so sorry, Victoria. You know I love you, but I have to evict you.
Congratulations, Derek. You are the winner of Big Brother.
And those are what I consider the top 10 game-ending chokes in BB history. Let me know what you think, and if you agree with what I put down. Anything you'd add? And of course, a big thank you to my patrons for naturally coming up clutch when it matters most. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to pay it forward on your way out. I'll make some phone calls after the video. And I will see you in the next one once I realize karma may actually be real.
If you're in the final 3, you've done something right. 100 brings up Victoria.
No.
That's a whole nother ballgame. You guys are in the jury house. You're at summer camp. She's playing Big Brother.
Right.
Oh, yikes. You have to act dumber and survive.
Yeah.
Guys, it's a strategy.
She's not acting dumb, though. She hasn't won a competition. She couldn't
You
win
don't have
anything
to win things to be the best at Big Brother.
Victoria has no chance in winning.